Last week in a Vaughan neighborhood, a homeowner was arrested and is now facing charges of unlawful discharge of his firearm. Allegedly. The homeowner was a legal firearm owner and he went to intervene with 4 suspects who were attempting to steal his Lamborghini. He allegedly ran outside and discharged his firearm to scare away the thieves. He has since been charged with unlawful discharge of his firearm, and the internet is going bananas, and many people are defending his actions. Now, I think a lot of people that are defending his actions, it is strictly out of frustration, being that we have very weak laws, even easier to get bail here in Canada, which is an absolute joke, and many people are frustrated with our judicial system here in the country. Crime is up, home invasions are up as well. We're seeing many, many cases of home invasions, and people are kind of just getting fed up. So I think a lot of people see this guy as like a folk hero, like, good for you, you went outside and confronted these thieves, and nobody was shot, but he did discharge his firearm, again, in a dense Vaughan neighborhood. Now, again, a lot of people are defending this guy, saying, absolutely you should have done that, and Canadian laws suck that you can't just go out there and shoot at people that are trying to steal your car. And this is where I have a difference in opinion. So people that know me know I have a pretty firm stance with anything that pertains to home invasions. If you're a legal firearm owner and somebody invades into your home, you're peacefully sleeping at night, I think you have every right to take action the best you see fit. And if that's discharging your firearm, I support that. You should not break into anybody's house unless you want to get shot. That is how I feel, whether you agree or not. But I do have an issue when somebody goes out and essentially tries to confront a thief that's trying to steal their car, a Lamborghini at that. Like, dude, gear down. You got a Lambo. Like, you got insurance, So anyways, this 35 or 34-year-old man who was a legal PAL owner decided to take his firearm and go confront these thieves, taking a test pop in the air to try and scare them away. Now again, this is a very dense neighborhood, and this is where I have an issue with discharging a firearm like that. Because to me, it shows very, very poor, very weak firearm discipline. So now not only are you confronting these thieves, you're putting yourself into this situation when your safety was not in imminent danger, which to me warrants no grounds to go and reach for your firearm. I don't think that is just. I don't think that is the right thing to do at all. So I do agree that he should have been charged with unlawful discharge of his firearm, because that's exactly what it was. Now think about this. A lot of these people that are upset, clearly they're not firearm owners or have minimal experience with firearms. But if you go outside, if somebody's trying to break into my house, and I pull out even, let's say, a pistol, and I pop it off in the air or wherever he is to try and scare these guys away, that bullet's got to go somewhere eventually. And now in a dense neighborhood, it could very well be possible that that bullet could land 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers out, and end up hitting somebody. Or maybe it could ricochet off of somebody and end up killing somebody. So I think that is extremely irresponsible. Now, I understand the homeowner's position that he would be enraged, for one, and in his mind of being extremely angry and clouded judgment in that regard, with emotions going. In his mind, that was the thing to do, which again to me shows extremely poor firearm discipline. Now, many civilians as well as firearm enthusiasts are defending his actions, but I just can't get behind it, because I can't imagine me going outside to confront thieves and shooting a firearm, whether that's a handgun, shotgun, rifle, whatever caliber, it doesn't even matter, and just shooting it into the air or the ground or what have you, blindly to scare somebody away. I think that's beyond irresponsible, and I'm really thankful that nobody got hurt. I honestly feel like I probably would have had an easier time digesting it if, like, he shot one of them in the leg. Not that I'm agreeing with that or condoning that at all, because I still don't think that's justified. I don't think that's a proportionate force by any means. If somebody's trying to steal your car, I don't think you should be able to shoot them. They're not breaking into your home while you guys are sleeping. So again, I don't agree with that, but I feel like it would have been more digestible for me to be like, okay, he was angry and he shot, one of the guys in the leg. At least to me that shows, well, he may have been irate and it was still poor discipline. At least he knew, he had barrel awareness, and he knew where that bullet was going to go, versus just shooting it in the air to try and scare these guys away. So it may be unpopular, and a lot of you people at home and watching right now may be defending this guy, and I completely understand why you would, and I think it's just out of emotion and just out of frustration with our current criminal climate here in the country and our laws. Bail reform and such is absolutely atrocious, so I understand the sentiment of the frustration, but as a firearm owner, as somebody that's disciplined, and the people that I know in my circle that are also firearm owners have a certain level of integrity and safety and discipline that comes with gun ownership here in this country, and I will not get behind that, and you may disagree, but I think if somebody's stealing your car and you go outside and you decide to fire or discharge your firearm, I believe that you should be charged. And you can say in the comments and beat me up all you want, but that is a terrible display of firearm ownership here in this country, which is already under a magnascope, and we're always being scrutinized by whatever political views that don't support firearms, aka the liberals here in this country. And I think this is just one more thing. And I believe that firearm, that homeowner shouldn't own a firearm anymore. I don't think if you can show discipline with your firearm in any stressful situation, I don't think that you should have one. So say what you want about me in the comments below. I think that homeowner should be stripped of his PAL license because, again, it was a piss poor display of firearm discipline, and I don't support it. I think it was a terrible, terrible decision. Whether, again, he was just acting out of anger in the moment, but nonetheless, that boils down to discipline, and I don't think he should no longer have his firearm. Now, I'm going to be paying close attention to this story because I'm super curious, which I haven't been able to find it. What caliber of firearm did he discharge? You know, I have some freaking firearms. I mean, if you shot that, like, all of your neighbors would probably be terrified with some of these larger caliber, you know, sounds going off, as well as, like, where that bullet would have traveled is insane to me. So I'm pretty sure it would have been a shotgun if I had to guess. I think that would be like the go-to for an angry sort of confrontational incident with some, you know, some bad guys in the front of your yard. I think a shotgun would be the go-to, but I just can't imagine discharging that, you know, in a dense neighborhood like that is insane to me. So that's how I feel. I wanted to make a video a couple of days ago about it because I've been reading all these comments on the internet, people just defending this guy and like treating him like a folk hero and talking about, like, you know, doing GoFundMe pages to like help out with his, you know, his legal bills and so forth. And I think it's just like a crock of shit. I think the internet is hilarious, and I feel like many of those people have no experience or real exposure to firearms because that is just not cool and not safe. So that's what I think. So, Mr. Fella, I'm sorry that that happened to you. I think that's awful that somebody was trying to steal your Lamborghini, but I don't think that gives you the right, and neither does the government or the law here in this country. You can't just go out and shoot your gun, dude, because somebody's trying to steal your Lambo. Call the insurance company, man. Let them take it. It's insured. You probably pay like 10 grand a month for insurance. You might as well use it. And now look at you. So, bad decision. Although I do feel for you that happened to you. I think crime in this country is gone rampant, and especially with these type of like very invasive type thefts, you know, like home invasions, and again, like armed car theft and things like that. So I think that's pretty awful. I did hear that, like, I'm pretty sure 2 of the 4 individuals who were the ones trying to steal this guy's car are already out on bail, which is freaking wild to me that you could just be involved in something like that and be out on bail like less than a week later, with probably a slap in the wrist by the time it goes to trial. But yeah, anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching the video. I'm sure half of you disagree, and maybe the responsible, you know, disciplined firearm owners that watch this channel would probably agree with me. Yeah, anyways, appreciate you clicking. And if you're into camping and that sort of thing, this weekend we did go on a backcountry Crownland camp trip. And there is a video that I'll put right here. Check it out, and I hope you enjoy it. We'll see you soon.